How you doing? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, sweet Virgo baby, how are you? How have you been since our last conversation? How have you been? Alright, in this video I'm going to be channeling messages for your spirit, from your spirit guides, ancestors, and from source, to really guide like your workings for Leo season, to guide your focus, your direction, and to help you, to give you the guidance and clarity you need to be able to navigate through Leo season. Okay, alright baby, let's jump in. What's the current message for my beautiful Virgos? So Virgos, you're feeling guilty. Hey baby, why are you feeling guilty? Okay, so there's conversation you need to be having with someone. There's things you need to be sharing. It feels like part of it you're ashamed to admit that you were wrong, or you are ashamed to underestimate what they brought to the table, or you are ashamed to value their contribution, or you're ashamed that you didn't that you didn't value their contributions, and now that regret is like hitting you up. So you're feeling guilty, and you know, guilt is one of those emotions you don't want to hold on to. It's one of those negative emotions that just keep dragging you down. And you know, the more you marinate in your emotion, the more it continues to, like, it's like waves in the ocean. When you throw a stone, it creates this ring of waves, this wave motion that spreads out. It's the same thing for your emotions. The emotions you steep and you sit in is just going to keep on affecting everything around you, from your reactions and interactions with those closest to you, to how that interaction affects them and how they will carry it over into their next interaction. And literally that's just how it goes. So like, one action has multiple reactions. So, and you know, you shouldn't steal your emotions, because you know you can really beat yourself down. All right, so spirit is saying release your guilt. It's never too late to apologize. It's never too late to say you're sorry. It's never too late to say you're wrong. It's never too late to ask for forgiveness. It's never too late to speak up your mind, okay? But what is harmful, what is not nice, or hurtful, what's what is keeping you in this space right now is really because of guilt, and we don't want guilt. Okay, so baby, in this over the next 21 days, okay, in Leo season, from whenever you watch this video, you're going to have the opportunity to really address situations where you've kept quiet instead of speaking up, to really have the conversations. I see you all having conversations with someone. There's someone you feel guilty about offending, or not treating properly, or not seeing clearly, or maybe you didn't see them in their lights. Maybe you didn't see them for who they are. You didn't see them as their authentic selves, and now you're regretting that, and that's what's filling you up with guilt. Okay, guilt. And you know, guilt is like this very big stone in the throat. It just blocks you and prevents you from being able to speak, being able to exercise. It's just anyways, okay, so spirit is saying release your guilt. Okay, let's go in. Let's see. Can we get more clarity on this? Okay, so for some of you, this person might have been someone you were building something with, because I'm seeing slow and steady. Okay, you're building something with this person, and you're building slowly, or they were building slowly, and you're trying to hasten them. But you're the one building slowly. But I'm hearing that you guys had the plan that you were supposed to follow through. There was a plan to be followed through. I'm getting more clarity on who this person is. Okay, so this is someone you had a plan with, that you were both supposed to work on. Like, you're supposed to build something together. You're supposed to contribute your skills in building this thing together. This person, okay, for some of you, this person might have been working in the health space. There might be a doctor, a therapist, a counselor, a social worker, humanitarian. It's just someone that they are able to uplift others, they're able to inspire others, they're able to heal others with their energy. Okay, And this person may have also been doing that for you. So maybe they were your doctor, maybe they were a doctor friend, or maybe they were just people like you could always count on to help you ease your heartache, like your worries. Yeah, there were people. This person was the person you could talk to, and after talking to them, you feel a lot better, you worry less, your heartache is eased. Do you understand? You're in more control, you feel refreshed, energized, okay? And this person, so you were working together on something that was supposed to lead to a lot of abundance. This is someone who is very, this person doesn't lack. This person doesn't lack. This person is someone who is self-assured in themselves. They know themselves. They know their contributions. They know their worth. They know what they are bringing to the table, right? They know how impactful their contribution will be to this project you both were working on. Because I'm hearing like you both were supposed to work on this together. You're supposed to build together slowly and steadily until you achieved your desired goals. But then there was some falling out of some sort, and you are being left alone to build. You are being left alone to build. Or maybe, and I'm also hearing like maybe there was some issue around time. Maybe someone was rushing, or someone wanted things to happen like really, really fast. And the other person was like, okay, we need to take our time so we don't make mistakes. It's really just that. So the two of you were building together, and now you're separated. And there might have just been around, there might have been discussions around time, use of time, you know. Okay. As I said, this person was someone you could talk to. Person was someone like that was almost like an emotional friend or partner or confidant. Do you understand? Someone that you could confide in your fears, your worries, your anxieties, and they could ease your fears, they could ease your worries and your calm. Okay? They could ease your fears, your worries, and your calm. This person brought a peace to your life, and there might have been something spiritual about them, or there might have been something strange about them, especially their workings, okay? And also spirit is saying something like you kind of instigated this separation, which is also why you're feeling really guilty, almost like you allowed your worst fears to come to life, and this is what played out, and this is what was making you feel so guilty about how everything has gone on. Okay, moving on. Let's see. So this is what has happened. That's the background story. Now let's come back to the present moment. So all of this has happened. Spirit is trying to encourage you to release your guilt. Let's see, how can we because guilt is just one of those funny emotions that it's not necessarily pervasive until it gets so bad, and you start realizing like you're even doing things because you're feeling guilty, and that's never a good feeling. You shouldn't feel guilty. You should do things because you want to. Guilt can be two ways. Maybe you're being you're being like coerced into that, but this is different. This is just feels more like you feel like your friend, your confidant, your partner, like you hurt them, and you don't know how to apologize, you don't know how to like mend the relationship. But it really feels like this person, fine, while you might not be in communication, they are always open to hearing from you, or their reaction may not be as fiery as you expected, okay? Or like maybe like your mind has overplayed the consequences of how they react, and spirit is saying they're not going to react that way. But this was someone this could have also been a teammate or a partner, but it was just someone you were working with. Okay, so let's see, how can you access the softness that tenders your heart to forgive yourself, first of all? Okay, how can you access the tenderness that renders you able to forgive yourself? Okay, so spirit is saying in this summer, get creative, speak up, share, reach out to this person, okay? Reach out to this person, share your mind in this summer, okay? There's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of creative work to be done. Like your creativity is through the roof right now. So you don't want anything to block this, forward motion for activities. Okay, so this summer is going to bring up a lot of activities for you, a lot of creative opportunities, and this gives you like opportunities for you to bring this person back into the picture, because you can share some of these ideas you're working on with them, and you can like get their input. Okay, so bring them back into these creative ideas, reach out to them. Okay, so Angel Gabriel is here, also helping you to like be a bit more communicative, be a bit more verbal, be a bit more vocal, be a bit more open with sharing what's happening with you, what's going on with you, what you're trying to work on, so you can really get the support you need to be able to execute on these ideas of yours, because there's a lot of you to do. There's a lot of things for you to do in summer. Okay, so in summer you're going to have many creative activities lined up for you, a lot of creative activities lined up for you that gives you the opportunity to bring this person back and have the conversation, so you can really just release the guilt and be able to work together. There's a lot of communication. I see like this summer you're going to be talking to people a lot. You're going to be like you're going to just be sharing your art. Like, typically you might want to overthink, what's the word? Overthink, package it, put it into a presentation, make it or that. But no, straight to say, this time around, you're just going to be able to come up and really just share your art, really just communicate, like just being yourself. Like you're just going to be yourself and really just let it all out. Okay, and for some of you that you're still struggling, you're also still going to get opportunities like from people like me and from random strangers or from your friends or neighbors that'll just say one word or one thing and they need to just kickstart your train of thought. But there's a lot of communication incoming for you. Angel Gabriel is going to appear in so many forms. Angels take up so many forms. So it could be me, it could be a neighbor, it could be a random child. It could be when you go to the grocery and the cashier says something like, oh, or you overhear a conversation. Everything you see was put around your reality for a reason. So every word your eyes land upon is just for it to incite you to take action. And I say like this is going to continue to like be intense until you really reach out to this person and clear the guilt. Because the guilt is weighing you down from moving forward with this creative project. And like this is the time for you to work on your creative projects, because like there's a lot to be done. Like there's a whole freaking asset. There's a whole lot for you to do. Okay, let's see. How can you, because this is just supposed to be an overview, okay? This is supposed to be an overview of what deck would I like to, okay, let me use this deck for you. What is this song? Okay, somebody was just drawing me to that deck. I didn't even have to ask, that message came out. Okay. As I said before, did I tell you about time before? So Spirit said you need to like, you might have been rushing. So this thing you're trying to work on, which also seems to have caused the fallout, is perhaps your need for speed, or you are being hasty. You're not thinking things through. You're like, you want it to happen right now. You want it to happen right away. And time is an asset, right? You want it to happen right away. So there's something you've been praying for, there's something you've been asking for, there's something you've been looking out for, but it's not here yet. I'm also the messenger here to tell you that it ain't here yet, okay? It's coming in, it's not here yet. So you really need to work on being patient. And patience is also more, it's not just about exercising patience like waiting. Patience is like a muscle you build. The more patient you are, you can only be patient. You can only become a patient person by practicing the act of patience, like actually like being put in situations that require you to be patient. Do you understand? Like you can't You can't suddenly suddenly overnight become a patient person. You actually have to go through situations and scenarios that will require you to be patient. So maybe you had an appointment and then you get there and then it's delayed and you just have to wait because you booked the appointment since 3 months ago. Do you understand? Things like that. And then in that moment of waiting, nothing is per chance. Nothing is just for nothing. Everything happens for a reason. So maybe in that moment of waiting, you'll be able to gather your thoughts, you'll be able to look around, you'll be able to say like, oh, this is what I want. You'll be able to prepare yourself. In those moments of waiting and moments of growth, there are moments of like planning, there are moments of really, really preparing and being open to receive what it is that you're waiting for. Okay, being able to being able to grow your hope. See, all those different virtues, they are simply things you can work on to build, and then the more you build them, they're like muscles. You know, when you go to the gym and you're doing your biceps curl or leg press, you're working on those muscles continuously because you want them to become strong, you want them to become big, you want them to be able to support you and any waste or every item you carry. You want them to be able to support you all to old age. Like, you want your bones to be strong. So it's the same thing with patience, with hope. Okay, because Spirit is saying like your lack of patience might have been what caused this conflict that you're now feeling guilty about. So patience, hope, there are virtues you can build by practicing and continuing, like practicing them. So you can't be patient without being put in situations that require you to be patient. Do you understand? Okay. The other thing also is also what's the word? Like so Spirit is saying like you look down on others, like condemnation, but it's not self-condemnation. It's just more of like criticism. Like you're criticizing other people's works and actions because you feel like there's a better way they can do it, or there's a nicer way, or there's a more effective way, or there's a more practical way to get things done. But as I said, okay, and I think that was for you, or maybe the overall collective message when I was recording that, and I mentioned something about we are all different. Like we are made different, so we can bring different experiences to life. Okay, so because someone is not doing something in your own way, it doesn't mean that your way is the only way. It doesn't mean that what you're working on will collapse. But when you already say, oh, someone is not doing this thing my way, oh, I'm very sure it's not going to work well, it's not going to do this. Of course it won't. You put so much bad energy into the situation, of course it won't. Except if whatever they're working on doesn't require anything from you. But even if what they require from you is an oversight, the fact that you have bad juju, you have bad energy, your bad vibes will contaminate the workings. Everything is energetic. Okay? So Spirit is really saying that you should learn to be patient. Wait for patience. This thing you're working on, there's something you're working on, you've been asking for. Spirit is saying you need to continue to patience is not your time. Keep on working with what you've got. And we've told you, you can't be looking down on others. The way your consciousness needs to expand beyond like your practical perspectives. You're allowing the world to rule your consciousness so much. You're allowing like what you can see with your eyes, what you can feel, what you can touch. You're allowing it to dictate the level of your subconsciousness, which is fucking ass weird. Do you understand? Your subconsciousness is literally like 98%. That should be the one you should be working on getting to know better, understanding better. So when you know your subconsciousness, you know the power you have, you can easily use it to affect changes in your reality world like this. That's a reality world. In your reality. Okay, and the final card was Butu Yasamak. Okay, so you are looking, and it's also still back to your consciousness. So I'm hearing like this Yo season for you is going to be a bit more spiritual. It's going to really force you to leave behind those not necessarily bad habits, but just, you know, you're like, oh, I've always done these things this way, so they can't be any other way. Spirit is like, fuck, what? What you mean? What do you mean? Like, really, what do you mean? Like, because you've never been in someone's situation, you don't know anything. You're not the judge. Because you're walking through, your perspective is quite limited. Okay? So Spirit is saying overall, like, really work on your patience, really work on your your consciousness is actually, that's why I said, like, your season is going to feel quite spiritual for you, right? Because your consciousness wants to expand, it wants to help you to grow, it wants to help you to build. But you have to acknowledge that there are some things that don't make practical economic sense, but that doesn't mean there's no space for them. Do you get me? That doesn't mean there's no space for them. Okay, so you can see in this picture, one man is fully clothed. This deck is from the Osho decks. I really love it because it's more story like. Okay, so in this story, this man that is all dressed was working, and he came across this man that was butt naked on the beach, and he was looking down at him like, why are you butt naked? And I was like, why can't I be butt naked? Like, I have everything I need. Okay, and I'm also hearing like, so you might be too focused on material, on materialism, on material world, on material aspects, on material abundance, on material resources, and it's taking you away from the immaterial resources, the immaterial abundance you should be calling it, because it's no material. Yeah, I know you're Virgo, you're very earth-based, you're very practical, but you are forgetting that your flip side is Pisces, which is very spiritual. So I'm hearing a lot of you have over-tilted this balance, like you've gotten so materialistic that it's blinded you off to the spiritual consciousness. And that is why Leo season is going to really help you to like come back. That's why you're feeling all these emotions, because you just need to stop abandoning your spirituality. Focus on building your consciousness, expanding it. And you can't do that if you always criticize others. Where's the space for acceptance? Where's the space for love? You can't do that if you are just judging everybody. Your final message is your final message is, my throat is dry. I've really been using my throat. Final message for you is don't get so carried away by worldly things, material things, shiny things, colorful things, achievements, goals like crowns, laurels, prizes. Don't get carried away by those things that you lose sight of what really matters. See, in this life, if you don't have oxygen, you are not going to live. If you don't have water, you can't live. If you don't have health in your body, if you are sick, you can't live. You can't enjoy yourself, irrespective of how much you've allotted or how much you've accumulated. Life is for living, it's for experiences, not just for you to be working. Because that's what happens. You work so much, and then you see other people living their lives, and you're like, oh, and then you start like condemning them, criticizing them that they don't know better, they don't know how to do better. Or you start saying, oh, they're being wasteful, they're being, why? Is it your why? Is it for you? You have more than enough for everybody in the world. Abundance, more than enough. But if you keeping onto that scarcity mindset, all you're just going to keep attracting to yourself is scarce situations where that you have to struggle for little, because that's what you are building and bringing into your reality with your thoughts. Your thoughts in this present moment determine your future experiences. So in this present moment, if your thoughts are just filled with, okay, scarcity, how can I take care of myself? How can I get my own share? How can I make sure that I'm safe? How can I make sure that I'm covered? How can I make sure like I'm protected? because it just feels like, and it's not like you're being selfish, to be honest. You're not being selfish, but your priorities seem to be misplaced. Your priorities are misplaced, baby. Okay, so Leo season is giving you the opportunity to realign your priorities, to rebuild your connections and your relationships with people that truly care about you, with people that truly care about you, and just, mend defense, reinstigate communication, and then you guys can work on these creative projects that are opening up, because I feel like you need their support with these creative activities you're trying to work on. All right, baby Virgos, that was your message for Leo season. If you like to do a deeper dive, if you like to get a deeper reading, okay, you can book a one-on-one session on the website. The link is in the description box, okay? And I'm looking forward to talking to you soon. All right, baby, I love you. Ciao. Let's move on to Libra.